Hey there, everybody. Slayer Holfin back for another PBL Season 3 Week 4 match recap. This time we're going up against Alex and the New York Luxrays. So, right off the bat, Zygarde, Empoleon, and Weavile are all there. Definitely threats I expected to come. Tangrowth and the Volcarona aren't too surprising. Neither is the Alolan Persian. I was a little surprised not to see the Mega Diancie just because that thing has been doing really well for him and it's kind of a threat. Um, it can, gets Earth Power for Jirachi and Raikou. It clicks Diamond Storm against Scolipede. It clicks Moonblast against um, Como. It does a lot of work against my team, I think. So I was a little bit surprised not to see that, but that's okay. Um, my main kind of objective here was to lead Mega Blastoise, just try to do some damage with his team, maybe try to die to a Tangrowth, and then get Scolipede in, set up a Swords Dance, and win. But with Weavile there, at match preview, I realized that, well, I already knew that Weavile kind of destroyed my team, and Blastoise is really my best check to it. Um, so I don't know, kind of changed my game plan around because I didn't want Blastoise to die and then have nothing left for Weavile if that thing got out of hand. So let's jump on into the battle. I'm going to lead Blastoise. Humans Alolan Persian, kind of what I expected. I'd been, I don't know, when I play tested against this, or for this match, Alolan Persian was a lead when it came almost every single time, and it's just a really good lead to be able to parting shot on out of there into a check, especially when you got good defensive Pokemon like Tangrowth and Empoleon. So I'm just going to fire off an Aura Sphere right here. If he goes to Empoleon, it's my best play. If he goes Tangrowth, I can Toxic that thing. So go ahead, goes for the parting shot. I hit Aura Sphere. That damage very clearly Assault Vest Tangrowth. Um, Now here I'm still kind of thinking that, well, okay, letting my Blastoise get weakened isn't great, but getting a Toxic off on this Tangrowth and kind of scouting for what he wants to do, because I'm thinking he probably will actually go for knockoff here. Um, Knockoff catches pretty much anything else that's coming in unless something has a Z move, and there's really no reason for me to stay in on a Giga Drain from his perspective, I don't think. So what I'm going to go ahead and do here is just fire off the Toxic Land. He actually goes for the Rock Slide, so this is why we don't go into Scolipede. We don't like taking extra damage on that thing. We want that thing to be as healthy as it can so that it can live Extreme Speed and Ice Shard from Zygarde and Weavile respectively, and especially we don't appreciate coming in on a Rock Slide from a Tangrowth. So now that I've got the Toxic off on this thing, he probably, I'm thinking, okay, there's no reason for him not to Giga Drain if I'm just going to stay in. So I'm going to go ahead and go, I think, Como here. Oh no, I Ice Beam. So I guess at that point I was still just thinking, okay, Blastoise can just stay in here and we'll try to go for the original Scolipede play. So I Ice Beam, do a decent amount of damage to Alolan Persian there. We do find out from that damage that he is looks like max HP, max speed. So what I'm gonna do here, I don't really want him to parting shot on me again and really kind of lower my stats. So I'm gonna go ahead and go right into Como to block the parting shot. So we do that, soundproof coming in. And now I want to scout out for if he has play rough or not. So I'm going to go ahead and go into my Jirachi. He goes for a taunt, that makes sense. Como gets a lot of setup options, doesn't want me sub, belly drum, or anything like that. So right here, I'm going to go ahead and go for an Ancient Power just to, if I can get a boost, and that's really great for me. He goes for foul play, pops our Coluber Berry, 26% Ancient Power, and we do get the boost. That is a 20% chance because of Serene Grace, and that's huge for us because it lets us just kind of click some buttons here. Threaten out the Alolan Persian probably right away. So right here, I'm just going to click the Flash Cannon. He goes to Tangrowth, and we get a Spadef drop. So all of a sudden, this is a 3-hit KO on Tangrowth. Looking at what he can do to me, can Earthquake or knock off, but really, I think I'm just kind of free here to stay in and click buttons more. There's nothing that I really want to go out to take this hit. Keeping my items on stuff would be really nice. This doesn't have any items. He can go for Earthquake, but I don't really want to predict that. I could have gone out to Swallow. I kind of thought about it a little bit, but in the end, I decided to stay in. So, taunt ends. Flash Cannon. He Earthquakes, does a little bit of damage to us. We're at 45. Because of the defense boost, we take that super well. I'm just going to go ahead and Flash Cannon again here. He goes Empoleon. Oh no, Ancient Power, because there's really no reason not to when he's sitting at 5%. Just try to fish for another boost. He takes that super well. Right here, I'm going to go ahead and go to Blastoise. Nothing that this thing can really do to me. A burn would suck, but oh well. We're just going to click Aura Sphere here. He goes out into Zuko the Volcarona. Now at this point, I'm thinking, okay, I still would kind of like to keep Blastoise healthy for the Weavile because that thing is a huge threat. So I'm just going to go into Como-O, that's my check to this thing. And he goes for a Quiver Dance, that's fine. +1 Psychium Z through the Payapa Berry does have a chance to kill me, but at this point it's just kind of a risk we need to take. Psychic, we get the Payapa Berry, that still does a ton. We hit Rock Slide and kill that thing. So it's a huge threat gone. He goes out into Weavile. I really don't have any options. I have like 0 switch-ins for this thing. I don't really want to go into Blastoise. Como has kind of served its job to check the Volcarona, so I'm not really worried about keeping it around anymore. He goes for Icicle Crash. He also kind of missed the Icicle Crash, so I think I just had Autonomize up there just in case. We go Blastoise. Aura Sphere 100% is our play. He goes Tangrowth, and we're just going to pick this thing off. Aura Sphere again in case you want to double on anything. He goes Alolan Persian. We just again Aura Sphere again. It's a pretty good move to click against this team at this point. He goes to Empoleon. We hit that. And we're just going to Aura Sphere again here. It's a 2-hit KO from this range. He gets Rocks up, which is really smart because it definitely chips away at things like Swallow and Scolipede and Raikou. That goes down. He goes out into Weavile and it's going to get the knockoff off on us, and we're going to hit the Aura Sphere, get that threat out of here, and good. That's good. But the problem with this now is that I got so focused on kind of wanting to make sure that I didn't lose to Weavile basically with stuff like Scolipede taking a Rock Slide and then being able to take priority from Zygarde and Weavile, that I've really left my team in a bad spot. He has Rocks up, which means that +1 Zygarde kills Swallow and Scolipede and Raikou and Jirachi. It kills my entire team with 1,000 arrows. So I can try to click the Ice Beam here, and the Ice Beam for a Dragon Dancing Zygarde is going to be, since we're at -1, we do have a chance to knock him out. 102 is the max roll, but he was learning a little bit of bulk I learned after this game, so I'm not sure, it might not have even been a roll to knock him out, but he does reveal to be Yachi Berry as well. He goes for the Dragon Dance. We're going to shoot this Ice Beam off. He pops his Yachi Berry, and we get a crit, which is super unfortunate for him. The crit, I don't know his exact spread. He said that he was running some bulk. So, but with 0 bulk or like 4 HP, Ice Beam is 97 to 114. So, that's really unfortunate. Let's see, if we give him like 100 HP, then the roll is like 91 to 107, so slightly in his favor. So that was pretty much like the only way I could beat that thing at that point. It killed me with 1,000 arrows, and then it just clicked 1,000 arrows 4 more times and beat my entire team. I didn't have Protect on Scolipede. I almost brought the Protect, but in the end I think I decided not to. So that really sucks for him. That's pretty much the game right there. He just goes ahead and forfeits. Alolan Persian came out and we just hit Aura Sphere against that thing. So we are going to pick up a 5-0 win against Alex. That's not really how I wanted to win. Definitely, I think he played it well. I think I played it well for part of the game, but I think I got a little bit too focused on just keeping Blastoise in and didn't really pay attention to the fact that Zygarde was in a really good position late game to come through and just kind of clean up my team. I think that probably the play would have been, um, I think the play was probably sacking something off on the Weavile, and then um, probably sacking something off on the Weavile, and then trying to bring, maybe, probably like sacking Jirachi off on the Weavile, and then going into uh, Blastoise again. But I don't know. The crit definitely saved me. I think at that point he was just in a really good spot because I didn't really have the best checks to Weavile, and then Zygarde was free to just come in and set up after Weavile was dead. Because my answers for Weavile were like Raikou could live a hit and kill back, or Mega Blastoise. Maybe Scolipede actually could have lived a hit. Um, Try to Mega Horn him and kill him, and then we could have Z-moved the Zygarde, but we weren't at +2, so that would have been close. So yeah, I don't know. I think that he was in a pretty. I'm not sure. I think we could have made a few better plays at the end, and ended up working out well for us. But Alex definitely outplayed us there at the end, and we just kind of benefited from an Ice Beam and were able to pick up the win. But you know what? That's Pokemon. It's unfortunate, but that's why I always keep on playing. And uh, yeah, I know what to say. Alex has gotten 6-0, 5-0, and 6-0 victories so far this season, and I know that he'll bounce back and he'll do really well. And there is a chance that we could play in finals, and if that happens, then I definitely will have to think more about how I build the team and try to make sure that I don't get kind of caught up in the moment, and set myself up to be swept by something like Zygarde. Because when I built this team, the idea was to build it in such a way that Zygarde and Volcarona couldn't really set up on anything. But obviously, this kind of fell through the cracks, and I didn't consider Yachi Berry, Dragon Dancing Zygarde with rocks up well enough. So that's okay. We'll learn from the mistake, and next time we'll try to alter the team so that it's a little bit better set up to deal with something like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. Thanks for watching. Leave comments below. We are 4-0 now, and with a loss, Alex and Frozen were the only two undefeated teams besides us, and with us beating Alex and Frozen picking up a loss this week, we are actually the only undefeated team left in the league. So next week we're going to go up against King and the Florida Fenneckins. Very tough match for us. We beat him season 1, and then he took both games season 2. We did have a grudge match season 2 because our like final game match of the year was just kind of bringing heat sets, and I did win the grudge match. So um, I don't know. I think we've had some good games in the past, and he's got a really threatening team: Mega Aerodactyl, Clefable, Skarmory, Keldeo, stuff like that. So try to prep for that, and um, yeah, that'll be coming next week. Good game to Alex, or bad game. I know, not bad game from my perspective, but bad game from his perspective in terms of just getting hacks at the end there. So sorry about that, but it is part of Pokemon, and I'll take the luck I can get going forward. So yeah, I'm gonna get on out of here. Thanks, guys. Bye.